When did you cut ties with your own sibling? I never got along with my brother because ever since day one, he made it his personal goal to ruin my life like he was Reverse Flash. My brother immediately saw that being the younger brother had made our parents believed in him more than me, so he started lying about me. He always do things, for example, beating himself up and then tell our parents that his older sibling, aka me, had caused the bruises. I of course would get in trouble while he gets ice cream as some sort of compensation until he turned 18 and began asking me for money, a lot of money. It went from me ordering him takeout once a week to every day, to him demanding a $500 weekly allowance. I had a good job and could afford this, but I didn't want to. Getting money handed to him wouldn't serve him in the long run. I told him so, and to my surprise, he accepted my response. Fast forward to next week when he came over to hang out. It was all smiles and laughs, until the next morning when $250 was missing from my wallet. At first I didn't want to believe it, but when I checked my nanny cams, I saw him sneak into my room while I was sleeping. To my horror, he took not only the money, but he went through my drawers and took my wife's gold necklace too. I immediately called him, demanding he gives everything back. I will call the police if he doesn't, and if he ever does anything like that again, I will cut him off. He tried to deny he did it at first, but he soon gave in. He apologized and promised to never try anything again, but as I'm sure you can guess, he did not stick to his word. A few months later, it was my daughter's first birthday. At some point, I went upstairs to get the camera for photos. When I saw him ripping open and going through the envelopes my friends and family gave to us, he was taking all the cash out of them and stuffing them in his pocket. I snapped my fingers, and when he saw me, he froze. But he didn't apologize. Instead, he started begging me to let him keep the money, and when I told him no, he got mad. He punched my daughter's pram and hurt his hand in the process. I was forced to kick him out, and proceeded to send him a super angry text that same day telling him I'm going no contact. I almost felt guilty, because family is family. But then a week later, his girlfriend broke up with him because of the incident, and when he called me to blame me for her breaking up with him, I realized I made the right choice. My life went on without him, and for the next 3 years, everything was great. I was even able to put a down payment on a house because I had the money ever since I stopped giving him so much. But then a few months ago, he reached out. He said he saw my Facebook post about the down payment and asked why I never told him. I didn't want to respond, but I gave him the courtesy and reminded him of everything. Surprisingly, he apologized. He said he wants to make things right and invited me for lunch. I was apprehensive, but reluctantly agreed. We had a pleasant catch-up, but the fact he kept talking about money problems and how he could use some told me he still saw me as a cash cow. Despite this, he was apologetic, and I told him that as long as he never did anything shady or asked for a dime again, I'd let him back in my life. He was ecstatic, overjoyed. He caused a whole scene, he was that happy. Looking back, there was definitely an ulterior motive there. Still, the first month after was perfectly fine. We sometimes spoke, went to an all-you-can-eat buffet once, and were slowly rebuilding a relationship. But then last week I went out to a bar with him, and that's when I realized letting him back into my life was the biggest mistake I ever made. We were talking, drinking, and as the night progressed, he bought me more and more shots. And I mean, who am I to turn down free alcohol? My wife knew I was staying at his place too, so I could let loose. We made our way back to his around 3 a.m. I was way more hammered than him, and as soon as we got in, I just passed out on his couch. I woke up at 9 to him making breakfast and offering to call me a cab home. He had never been this kind towards me. I should have known something was up. However, my critical thinking had been replaced with hangover symptoms, so I just ate and got in the cab. But then while in the cab, I realized something. I'd forgotten to check if I had my wallet. I quickly patted myself down, and thankfully I had it. But then I opened it. At first, everything seemed fine, but my credit card looked a little odd. I took it out, and that's when horror washed upon my face. My brother had swapped out my credit card for his old expired one. I panicked. I immediately went onto my bank account, where I saw that I already had $5,000 less than last night. To make matters worse, right as I was checking, I saw a notification appear. $2,300 withdrawal from ATM. Was this you? I wasted no time, calling my bank to block my card. But then, as luck would have it, as my phone was ringing, it ran out of battery and died. So there I was, hungover, driving home, minutes away from having my bank account cleared out, and no way to stop it. I can't tell you how I got my revenge in this video. The full story is on my channel and linked below.